Yu-Gi-Oh! An incredibly complex card game with tens of thousands of cards. However, what if each set was separated from the rest of the massive card pool and your choices when building a deck were extremely limited? In this series, in order to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! From the ground up, I will be embarking on an adventure through the history of the card game with Jeexx. In each episode, we will have access to all the cards in a select product, and using only the cards in that product, both of us will build a deck before playing a best of 3 match to determine the winner of the episode. We will move in a chronological order in the series, and with each new episode we will forget the cards of the past in order to experience something brand new. We hope you enjoyed this adventure through Yu-Gi-Oh! And its evolution with us. Welcome to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. What is up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey, this time with Flames of Destruction and OT7. In Flames of Destruction, we continue getting like more stuff for like Goki, Trickstar, like Link stuff here. Overall, we get some Altergeists here. We get Mekk-Knight, Avram, and Elementsabers here as well, like Knightmare Corruptor, Ibli. I think Avram was in the special edition last time. But the big thing here is the element. No, the big thing here, you can see right here, is Ibli and mostly the Nightmares. Starting from today, also we have a bunch of hand traps here, like Ghost Spell on Haunted Mansion as well. Go get more stuff. But starting from today, out of the 6 Nightmares, you can see half of them are banned, but the other 3 that aren't banned like are some of the most iconic Link monsters ever in Yu-Gi-Oh! And for such a long time, like basically in every single extra deck, always. Like you would always have a Cerberus, Phoenix, and an Unicorn. So you always have a main monster zone pop, you always have a spell trap pop, and you always have a deal with a card that can't be destroyed with Unicorn. Like these just gave you such a good removal package directly from your extra deck with generic just monster with different names, summoning condition, which obviously made them really good. But Legacy Succession is also a very good card. It's basically a Monster Reborn, but you just need to have a Link monster point to the zone that you're summoning to. Sekka's Light, I wish this was out when what's his face? I wish this was out when I played Super Heavy Samurai. Called by the Grave finally in a main set now, and then Monster Reborn obviously gives you Monster Reborn if you want it. There's a bunch here. Infinite Impermanence as well, like one of the better hint traps in the game overall. Waken the Dragon is cool for some archetypes. Vendrid and FA continue getting more stuff here as well. And also, like, I think last time we got quite a few Crystal Beast support cards, so we also get those here. So I don't know why this time I decided to go super extensively for those, but I just did. In the ODS7, like Link Spider and Cosmic Cyclone, probably the most relevant ones. Like you could maybe, if you're playing a Synchro deck, the Shrewd obviously is good. You have some Paleo cards here, but those are definitely the highlights. And you also have Zombie World and Book of Life if you want to play zombies. That's really funny. I actually took so long that my lost connection. Let me get back to it. That's really funny. But yeah, we are back. So we're playing Elementsabers ourselves. It's a weird archetype that they can basically apart from you have the lords that basically have usually banned card, but like very powerful effects from like the powerful spells of old. Their effects, and they must be summoned by having exactly 5 copies of their own element in your graveyard, and if they ever leave the field, your next battle phase of your next turn is getting skipped. And then apart from La Puella mana, all the other Elementsabers have the effect where in the graveyard, once per turn, you can declare an attribute and make them become that attribute, which is obviously how you modulate your grave to summon the Elemental Lords. This deck also takes good advantage of what's his face, Dad, but unfortunately I couldn't find a way to get Dark Armed Dragon into the deck due to the naming conventions. So we'll just deal with it. But let's start with the elemental lords that we are actually running. We do have a fourth one in the side as well, but I'll start with the 3 that we actually have in our main deck, because they're probably the best ones. First we have a Phosphorage of the light elemental lord. And the effect of Phosphorage is Raigeki. When this card is summoned, you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Then we have Molinglacia, the elemental lord, the water one, and it discards 2 random cards from your opponent's hand, so basically a delinquent duo. And then we have a Grand Soil, which gives you a monster reborn on summon. All of them are also 2800 attack beaters, and all of them otherwise share the same effects. Then we have a Lapuila Mana. Lapuila Mana is different from the other Elementsabers due to the summoning conditions where you can send 2 other monsters from your hand to the graveyard to spell summon it from your hand. You can only use the effect to summon it once per turn, and then the following effects to all your Elementsaber elemental lords get applied based on the attributes of the Elementsaber monster sent to the graveyard to activate the effect. If you send an Earth or Wind, your monsters are protected by battle destruction. If you send a Water or Fire, your cards are protected by destruction by card effects, and if you send a Light or Dark, your opponent cannot target your cards with card effects. Obviously, Light or Dark is the best one, and it is also, since we have multiple copies of Lapuila Mana, it's the one that we are most likely to get, luckily. And after that, like, obviously, you'd rather get this one than this, but also, like, just getting 2 of these is nice. The only issue is that if you're sending, let's say, a Light and a Dark, then you only get the protection from targeting. But Lapuila Mana also, like, 2400, nothing to scoff at. In the body itself, the fill spell also gives you more attack, so it's nice. Once again, all our other Elementsabers share the same effect in Grave, so I'm not going to mention that again on all of them. They can all, once per turn during your turn, they can shift their attributes. But for their other effects, first we have Elementsaber Makani. Once per turn, you can send an Elementsaber monster from hand to the graveyard to add an Elementsaber or Elemental Lord monster from your deck to your hand, except Makani. Then for Molehu, I would like to know, because some of these sound like very Hawaiian, like the names, so I would love for someone to confirm that to me, that like they are based on, the names are based there, but I don't actually know, so I don't want to confirm anything, because it's only an assumption that I'm making. Molehu, once per turn, as a quick effect, sends a Elementsaber monster from your hand to the graveyard to Book of Moon something on the board. Aina, once per turn, you can send an Elementsaber monster from your hand to a graveyard to target an Elementsaber monster except Aina, or an Elemental Lord that has been properly summoned in your graveyard to spell summon it, ignoring its summoning conditions. Lapuila, when a spell or trap card is activated as a quick effect, you can send an Elemental monster from your hand to the graveyard, negate the activation, and destroy it. For Nalu, once per turn, you can send an Elementsaber monster from your hand to a graveyard to target an Elementsaber or Elemental Lord monster in your graveyard to add it to your hand. You can see, obviously, just a strictly worse version than Aina. And then Elementsaber Malo, you can send an Elementsaber monster once per turn from your hand to graveyard to Foolish Burial, an Elemental Lord or Elementsaber. So, Nalu, definitely the worst one, because everything else I think like does good stuff, but we still would like to have a Nalu to have another to throw in the grave. I was contemplating like playing triple Malo and only one Nalu, but like still I'd usually want to have the Elemental Lords in my hand, and because we're only running 1 copy of each, I figured that this is still like nice to have, because obviously if we mill the Elemental Lords with something like Lapuila Mana, then you know we won't be able to summon the back with Aina, so having a Nalu for something like that is neat. And for our hand traps, we're playing Ash Blossom as well as Ghost Ogre this time. So Ghost Ogre just there to pop anything on the field that activates this effect, and I shouldn't need to explain these. And as you could see, like all of our Elementsaber monsters have an effect where once per turn you can send an Elementsaber monster from your hand to the graveyard to use an effect. Now, the thing that keeps the entire deck working is Palace of the Elemental Lords. All monsters you control gain attack and defense equal to the number of different attributes in your graveyard times 200. This way you can get all the way up to a 1200 boost during your turn, which is obviously really nice. Even during your opponent's turn, if you happen to have a plethora of different archetypes there. Once per turn, you can add an Elementsaber monster from your deck to your hand, but skip the battle phase of your next turn, even if this card leaves the field. So basically, just attach the stipulation to adding from the Elemental Lords. And then once per turn, if an Elemensaber monster in your hand or field would send a card from the hand to the graveyard to activate the effect, you can instead replace that by sending Elementsaber monster from your deck to the graveyard. And this is huge, because obviously otherwise you're constantly just running out of cards from your hand. But because of this, like something like Aina, you get to Foolish Burial something to get something back from your grave. You get to Foolish Burial something to negate an effect. You get to Foolish Burial something to Book of Moon. And this is ultimately also why I decided that 2 Mala was enough, because after Elemental Lords, Palace of the Elemental Lords hits the field, like now suddenly everything can Foolish, which is obviously really good. And I'll keep it a buck. I haven't played much Elementsaber, but I've played it a little bit in the past. And this deck without this card doesn't function. So I'd rather just build for the occasion that I'm gonna have it, because if I don't, we're smoked anyway. That's why we also have triple terraforming. Triple Call at the Grave as well, because obviously, like, Palace, everything, like, we need to get stuff out of the grave. We do not want to get ashed, so that's why we're maxing out on Call by the Grave, because we actually can, because it's in the set. A Triple Infinite Impermanence, one of the nicest hand traps to go when you're going second. It basically just functions as an effect failure when you're going second, but also, like, if you're going first and if you're setting this, you also get a negation from a column. And I feel like going forward, like, columns are actually going to be something that we really need to pay attention to because of impermanence. And then finally, Elemental Training. Your opponent cannot target Palace of the Elemental Lords you control with card effects, and it cannot be destroyed by card effects. Once per turn, you contribute a monster, spell summon an Elementsaber monster from a deck with a different original attribute than that monster's. And then you can send this face-up card from the field to the graveyard to discard your entire hand and add Elemental Lord monster from your graveyard to your hand equal the number of cards discarded. The final part kinda doesn't matter. The attributing is nice because it fills your graveyard and gets you more stuff. And obviously, Jeexx having to pop this before he can deal with Palace of the Elemental Lords is very nice. Cause, like I said, our deck doesn't function without that. For the side deck though, we have the 4th Elemental Lord here, Windrose, the wind one. And if this card is spell summoned, you Harpy's Feather Duster your opponent. Obviously in the side deck, because like if Jeexx isn't not on a super back row heavy deck, this doesn't do much. But if it is, obviously very nice to have Knightmare Corruptor Ibly at 3 copies on a normal summon. Target a link monster in your grave to spell summon it to your field, so it points to this card, but changes the attack to 0 and negates its effect. You can spell summon monsters except link monsters as long as Ibly is on the board. And if this card is in its owner's control, is sent to the graveyard, you can spell summon this card to your opponent's field in defense position. It's just nice because, like, after you make you make Mermaid with Ibly, and then like later if you happen to get into Ibly, you can recur any of your nightmares with it and start link climbing that way. So Ibly just facilitates the nightmare link climb extremely well. We also have the 3rd copy of Ghost Hugger in our side as well as 3 copies of Ghost Spell in case Jeexx is running a super grave heavy deck. Ghost Spell basically is just Ash Blossom but for the grave. A triple copy of World Legacy Succession if we're only playing link monsters in extra. So if we're going into our extra deck, like having a basically monster board obviously is very good, but I usually don't go into the extra deck that much with Elementsabers, because I feel like a lot of the times you're just sitting on something like La Puella Mana, so that's why I wanted to have it inside. A triple Cosmic Cyclone, once again, if Jeexx on a very back row heavy deck, we have it there for that, and then 2nd copy of Elemental Training. And then for the Nightmares, and I'll cover all of these now, because obviously 3 of them we will not see in the future for much longer, and Cerberus, Phoenix, and a Unicorn. People probably know what they do, but all of them share the same effect where if these are link summoned, you can discard 1 card and then something else happens. But all of these only care about monsters with different names. They don't care if they're summoned with tokens or anything like that. The only exception to this is Mermaid, that can only be summoned by using a Knightmare monster. But all of them on Link Summon, discard a card and then do something. Let's start with Mermaid. Mermaid on Link Summon, you can discard a card to spell summon a Knightmare monster from your deck. Then if this card was co-link, oh yeah, this is also another thing present on all of these, where on Link Summon, discard a card, then something happens, and then when the effect was activated, if the card was co-linked, you get to draw one. And that is present on all the Nightmares. But Mermaid's own effect, spell summon a Knightmare monster from your deck. And obviously it facilitates link climbing because you summon this, then you discard something, you spell summon Ibli from your deck, and then you can go into the link climb with Ibli. And then monsters on the field lose 1,000 attack and defense unless they are co-linked, and this applies to literally every monster on the deck, on the field. Knightmare Goblin, probably the most degenerate out of the bunch. Once again, same stipulations here, but then the effect, during your main phase this turn, you can normal summon a monster from your hand to your zone this card points to, in addition to your normal summon or set. And also it protects co-link monsters you control with card effects. But just the fact that if you link summon this, you just get a extra normal summon on your turn is... Obviously, as we've seen with the Brilliant Fusion stuff, we've seen with so many different things, extra normals are terrifying. Cerberus and Phoenix are a lot more straightforward. Both of them pop a monster on the Link Summon. Sorry, pop a card on Link Summon. Cerberus pops a monster on your opponent. A special summoned monster in your opponent's main monster zone, and Phoenix pops a spell trap your opponent controls. Unicorn spins a card, so you target this card on the field and shuffles it into the deck. And then we have Griffin, which is a Link 4. Oh yeah, and Unicorn is a Link 3. Where it targets a spell trap in your graveyard, sets it to your field, cannot be activated this turn, and then on the board, spell summoned monsters on the field cannot activate their effects unless they are linked, which is obviously a very rough limitation on monsters. And I'm realizing that because I only ever see like Unicorn, Phoenix, and Cerberus used for their pop effects, I completely forgot to mention their like co-link effects. But for Cerberus, co-link monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects, and for Phoenix, the same thing, but by battle. And for Unicorn, any co-link Knightmare monsters are in the field. For your normal draw in your draw phase, you draw an extra card for different name among all those Knightmare monsters. But these three cards after this one are entering our pool. Obviously, the only one that having a downwards pointing arrow is Knightmare Unicorn. So it's still like this doesn't super facilitate like making link plays for us, but it just, I feel like it would be we would be doing a disservice making a series like this and not giving the respect to these cards as like the toolbox in your extra deck that they were for such a long time. I mean, they're still like playable in your extra deck, but I feel like it's not the same. Like 100% of decks are always gonna have these in your extra. But that's gonna do it for me. Hopefully you enjoyed the deck breakdown. Hopefully you enjoyed Jeexx as well. And after that, we will see y'all in the dueling zone. And after this, like for the games that we're doing both of those. That's also why my voice is chopped. I did both of this and what you saw last week, the deck breakdowns back to back, and like we're gonna record also both of those episodes back to back. So for you, after the next game, like if I've calculated everything correctly, nothing should change, and you should just see the games normally go up normally every single week. But for us, it's actually gonna be basically a month after the next time we're gonna be recording anything Yu-Gi-Oh related. So just letting you be like a little bit look behind the curtain, and yeah. But yeah, I'm so happy that Jeexx somehow has found a way to making his deck breakdowns shorter these days, because bro, the length of these is, I'm getting too comfortable closing in on 20 minutes. But at this point, I've accepted it. But yeah, thank you, thank you for watching the deck breakdowns, and we'll see you in the battle zone.
Okay, so we are doing Flames of Destruction. Flames of Destruction has nightmares in it. We got nightmares. Everybody loves nightmares. Nightmares are the coolest. Whee! So, starting off, I'm playing Ash Blossom and Effect Veiler. I also have a Ghost spell, which gives me access to Ghost Ogre in my side deck. Well, in my main deck as well, but I'm playing it in the side so that I can side shit out. Because, you know, that's how the game works. We also have Imperm, and we also have Called By. So we effectively have 5 really strong hand traps. Well, not hand traps, because Called By isn't a hand trap. But, like, we have 6 total hand trap cards and hand trap interaction cards in this set. On top of having, like, the best generic links that we have access to for the longest time. So, you know, fun. Then we have Knightmare Corruptor Ibli. When this card is normal summon, you can target one link monster in your graveyard and as well summon it to your side of the field. So it points to this card. You can change its attack to 0. Also negate its effects. You cannot spell summon monsters except link monsters. If this card in its owner's control is sent to the graveyard, you can spell summon this card to your opponent's side of the field. Then we have Avram. We have Called by the Grave. Target a monster on your opponent's target one monster in your opponent's graveyard and banish it. And if you do, until the end of the turn, its effects are negated, as well as the activated effects and effects on the field of monsters with the same original name. I think if this card said target one monster in a graveyard, I think this card would be the most powerful card in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! You could argue. Because it allows you to just like preemptively essentially turn off shit. But as it is, it's one of the strongest cards ever printed in the entire game. So, you know, very versatile, allows you to deal with hand traps, obviously, but it allows you to also deal with effects that are activated on board or in hand that share names with cards that are in the graveyard. There was a counter trap a couple of sets ago that had the exact same effect of like, oh, if your opponent activates a card effect of a card that has the same name as a card in the graveyard, you can negate it and get its effect. This is essentially that, but it's a quick play spell. You can use it on your turn instantly. You don't need to set it, and it's also more versatile, arguably. But yeah, Monster Reborn. Target 3 monsters in your graveyard. Opponent chooses 1. You shall summon it and banish the rest. This is not gonna ever see play. We're only getting Monster Reborn from it. Imperm, negate the effect of face-up monster. Negate everything in its column if it was set. Network Trap Hole. When your opponent spells summons a monster, you can from the main deck or graveyard banish it. Waken the Dragon. If this set card is popped by an opponent's card effect or banished, and then you can summon a monster from your extra deck. Yellow Star. You can banish a Mekk-Knight monster from your graveyard to destroy a spell trap. Blue Sky, you can spell summon it to a column that has 2 or more cards, and then when you do, add a Mekk-Knight card to your hand. Green Horizon, add a Mekk-Knight from your graveyard to your hand. Indigo Eclipse, you can target a Mekk-Knight and move it left or right. Orange Sunset, when this card leaves the field, you can spell summon a Mekk-Knight from your hand. Purple Nightfall, you can banish it and add a Mekk-Knight monster from your deck to your hand, and then reposition next turn. Red Moon, you can banish Mekk-Knight monster from graveyard and destroy a card in this card's column. Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, bottomless. War Legacy Scars, all Mekk-Knights can 300 once per turn. You can discard 1 Mekk-Knight or a War Legacy card to draw 1 card. You can banish 8 Mekk-Knight monsters with different names from your graveyard and or face up from the field and send your opponent's entire hand and extra deck to the graveyard. War Legacy Key, when this card is activated, you can target one of your banished Mekk-Knight or War Legacy cards, add it to your hand, and negate any trap cards your opponent activates in response in the same column as Mekk-Knight cards you control. War Legacy Memory, spell summon 1 Mekk-Knight monster from your hand or deck in defense position, but return it to the hand during the end phase. For the rest of the turn, after this card resolves, you cannot spell summon monsters except Mekk-Knight monsters. I have 2 more copies of this on the side. War Legacy Secret, essentially a reborn for level 5 or higher, or called the Hunter for level 5 or higher cards, but also has the effect of when this card leaves the field, destroy that. And you get any opponent's monster effects that activate in the same column as a Mekk-Knight monster you control. So yeah, essentially, this card allows you to summon out a Mekk-Knight monster in response to your opponent activating a card and negating the activation of that card, or negating the activation of that effect. Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit, obviously Cosmic Cyclone. I don't know what I'm going to be playing against, but this seems like a really good shoe-in. I think this from the tournament pack. Monster Reborn, Zombie World, again, I think this is pretty good for if there happens to be a deck that cares about archetypes in this. I can play Zombie World to grieve down. Bottomless Trap Hole, Dark Hole, War Legacy's Memory, Knightmare Cerberus, Knightmare Goblin, Knightmare Griffin, Knightmare Mermaid, Knightmare Phoenix, Cerberus, discard card, destroy a monster in the main monster zone, and draw a card if it's co-linked, and then co-linked monsters can be destroyed by card effects. Nightmare Goblin, discard a card if it's co-linked, draw a card, and now you can normal summon an extra also during your main phase. This doesn't have to be co-linked to do this, if I remember correctly. I might be mistaken here, but I'm pretty sure it's if this card is link summoned, discard a card, and if it's co-linked, you draw a card, and also during your main phase, you can normal summon an extra time during your turn. Might be mistaken though. New play can target co-linked monsters you control with card effects. Griffin, if a monster monster isn't linked to something, they cannot activate their effects. And when this is summoned, you can discard a card, target one spell trap in your graveyard and set it, but you cannot activate it this turn. And if this was co-linked when it was activated, you can draw a card. Mermaid, if this card is linked summoned, you can discard a card and then spell summon one Nightmare monster from your deck. And then if this card was co-linked when this effect was activated, draw a card. Non-linked co-linked monsters lose 1,000 attack. Phoenix, discard cards, destroy spell trap if it was co-linked, draw one. Co-linked monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. Nightmare Unicorn, discard card, spin one card, draw one if it was co-linked, and then during your draw phase, draw one card for each different card name among those co-linked Nightmare monsters instead of drawing just one card. So you can essentially draw like 2 or 3 cards. Spectrum Supreme, this card can attack directly, and if this card is in your extra monster zone and points to no monsters, it cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. You can send one other card you control in this card's column to the graveyard and spell summon one Mekk-Knight monster from your deck in defense position. You can only use this effect of Mekk-Knight Spectrum Supreme once per turn. Topologic Trisbaena, if a monster is spell summoned to a zone this card points to, banish as many monsters as possible. Also, as many spells and traps as possible, and if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each card of theirs that was banished by this effect. And then Bomber Dragon, if another monster is spell summoned to a zone a link monster points to while this card is on the field, destroy all monsters in the main monster zone. Also, your other monsters cannot attack for the rest of this turn. During damage calculation of this card, attack an opponent's monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. But yeah, that about does it. This is a kind of weird deck to be playing, because I've never played Mekk-Knights obviously, but I've played all of these in some form. I'm playing Ibli largely just because I was like, well, I'm gonna be playing Nightmares. I want to play Ibli because Ibli kind of facilitates that playstyle. I'm probably gonna be coming back to this later on when Orcust and Harpor and is it Orcust Nightmare, whatever the fuck it's called, the big guy, you know the one I'm talking about, right? Everybody's seen that guy, the one that you can essentially this guy Orcust Nightmare, yeah. This thing comes out, we're going to be probably playing this deck again, so we'll see how this goes. Anyhow, good luck with the games.
What is up, ladies and lads? Welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Legendary, and this time with Flames of Destruction and OT7. And Jeexx is under the Force of Zeus, so we'll try to get out. Also, I think I won like fucking episode 1 to 2 was my only coin flip win in the past like 15 games.
Set this, and then I think I'll pass. I just clicked for go first because I was like, oh yeah. I kind of forgot what I'm playing.
I like it. So what you're trying to tell me is I should place my monster in the second to last from right column, right? Anyways, no. I think, yeah, I would like to special summon from my hand by discarding Elementsaber Lapuila and Elementsaber Molehu. I would like to special summon from my hand Lapuila Mana.
Okay.
And unfortunately, it was two of the kind of same, so the only thing that mana gives me is that shit can be targeted with card effects. I guess we'll just set some cards and pass it back to you.
Okay. Dark Hole.
I can't believe you would do this. Dark Hole is fine. Mana is gone.
Then I would like to set a card. I would like to special summon from my hand. Mekk-Knight, Purple Nightfall.
Let's go!
Let's go! And then I would like to go into combat and attack with Mekk-Knight, Purple Nightfall.
Mm-hmm. I will take 25.
And then I pass.
Well, if it isn't Saucy Jack.
Saucy Jack!
Terraforming?
Hey, what the fuck does the Elementsaber field spell do?
You're going to learn today, boy.
What the fuck?
I will add a palace to my hand.
Of your next turn?
Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Then I will activate said palace.
Okay, but what else
And
does it
I will
add an Elementsaber?
Yeah. I would like to add an Elementsaber monster from my deck to my hand and skip the battle phase of my next turn.
I don't like that, so I'll just ash this.
That's fine.
You can have your battle phase, don't worry.
Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. Then I can do. Yeah, okay. I should have got the fatty. Actually, wait, I'm stupid. I have this exactly for these situations.
Oh my god!
We actually got to do Called by the Grave stuff. Oh my god.
But now the called one.
But now if I if I add Elementsaber Ash Blossom, I cannot use its effect because until the end of the next turn it's negated.
So true.
Fuck.
So true. It's okay, you just have Imperm there anyway, so it's fine.
Now the issue here is that
But I fucking swear if this lightning storm causes more problems. Bruh. Last time around, my grandpa had a lightning strike really close to their place, and they had their like modem essentially explode.
oh, what the fuck? They live in like
Yeah.
a like super old house.
Yeah, from
I see.
Topologic.
Yeah, because of like any sort of like more modern house, like.
Declared the effect of purple.
Yep.
Nightfall. That is okay.
Purple Nightfall is okay.
Okay, I banish him and I add to my hand a Mekk-Knight from my deck. And I shall add to my hand a...
Finally, we get to see
Mekk-Knight
Mekk-Knight's new
Blue
Mekk-Knight
Sky.
things. Yippee!
And then standby phase, I would like to special summon Purple Nightfall back.
Yep.
Then I would like to special summon from my hand Mekk-Knight Blue Sky.
In your standby phase? Sheesh.
No, in my main phase. If this was quick effect, this would actually be really good if this was a quick effect. Now that I think about it.
Mekk-Knight's
Imagine-
always really good and swag and epic and swag.
Imagine in like battle phase, you end up in a position where you can just yeet your shit and you keep adding stuff. Like you could use Purple Nightfall, then summon Blue Sky, and then loop from there. That would be cool.
I'm
But,
fucking stupid, man. Ah, shit. Fuck.
What's that?
No, I just can't read. So this would add 1.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, not like I could ash it anyway, because called by Estelle.
Yeah, just wondering because I figured you'd have Imperm, so.
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
fair.
like-
That's fair. That is the fair
It's,
assumption. Like from this point
understood.
onward, like if your opponent has back row set, like I think it's a fair assumption to have.
Yeah, yeah. I would like to add to my hand a... Which one of these was recurring? This is recurring, right? Yeah. This is yeeting, and this summons itself. I can summon this, do normal summon and stuff. Yeah.
Omatsuri Mambo.
Mambo, mambo, omatsuri, mambo. Yura. Wow. What if I add... Is this a hard once per turn? It is, right? You
Yep.
can only spell summon one. Oh, yeah, they're all once per turn, yeah.
Yeah, they're all hearts.
Oh no, actually, wait. Red Moon isn't. Holy shit, that was a bunch of lightning strikes at once. I have the like radar open on the other monitor to make sure
I
that
see.
it doesn't.
You're locked
Did you hear
in.
that? I like Avram.
Let's go.
Then I think I would like to normal summon Mekk-Knight Avram.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would like to link summon using Blue Sky and Avram to summon out Knightmare Goblin.
Goblin.
Yeah. Then
Also,
actually, wait.
Goblin has come to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog is a bitch ass motherfucker. So, Nightmares are entering the generic pool after this, but only Phoenix, Unicorn, and Cerberus. Because, you know, we're not trying to have banned cards in the generic pool.
True. So real. When this guy's normal summon, you can talk about Link Monster, blah blah blah. So
are you
here's
doing
something.
the Link Summon discard?
So here's word. I'm gonna discard here.
Mhm.
So apparently, I can now use Goblin to summon out Mermaid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can then discard a card and summon. I'm just doing this for like the sake of demonstration. You could summon out Goblin, and I still have the extra normal summon off of Goblin, even if it's negated now.
That's cool.
Which is stupid. How does that work? How does the game remember that I have the extra normal summon from this card that's negated? It doesn't have to be on the field to get it, I guess. It's just a thing that I now have permanently, or what? Like, what the fuck? This feels really strange to me, and I don't think I like it.
Also, what summons Goblin back?
Mermaid summons. Oh, deck? No.
Yeah.
No.
No. Because
It's
the idea is to summon
yeah,
Ibli with it.
Yeah. You summon Ibli and then you summon Goblin.
Yeah.
My bad. It's disorder. So it points to this card. This card doesn't have to summon it to a place it points to, right? Just checking.
No, the limits on
summon,
like what you summon.
I can
with
summon
it.
this.
You can summon it anywhere. Yeah.
And I can summon this here, and then I could get the extra normal summon off of this.
Yep.
Which, like, again, I think this is really weird. Like, the fact that you could get the like extra normal summon off of this, I don't know if I like this. This feels illegal, man.
Yeah, because it's just like if it was summoned during your turn, so it just cares about as long as it's been link summoned that turn. There's a reason why these cards are banned.
Absolutely.
And it's kind of like the Brilliant Fusion Sheriff and Night shit, but a modern version of it that obviously is just even easier to access because it just the stuff is more consistent to find, and it obviously it comes from the extra deck. So, but yeah, Phoenix and Cerberus and Unicorn are gonna be in the generic pool. That also gives us, because we were talking about earlier, like maybe making Surge a generic link for in the future. But that's also like is the thing, because like right now we don't have like Decode Talker was a point of contention to maybe make a generic, but like when I did, so now we have Unicorn, which obviously also removal as like a generic link 3, and it just feels like it makes sense, because obviously Phoenix and Cerberus and mostly Unicorn like were for such a long time basically always in everybody's extra deck, and they don't do the same thing as the generic attribute links, because obviously Cerberus or Phoenix don't give you the arrows to link summon, but they're more for removal. So we now have generic links to actually facilitate Master Rule 4, and then we have generic links to facilitate other stuff.
Summon out a Unicorn in this case. Unfortunately, I don't really have much else I can do with that.
Yeah,
I can't use the discard.
Spin.
Yeah, but I would like to go into battle phase.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to attack using Unicorn, and I would like to attack using Purple Nightfall.
Yep.
Video game? I took too long.
No.
It's Jover.
No. Trust me, it's not just you. So it's
Okay,
my side as well, and there's no thunder here.
Yeah.
They both attack twice.
Both attack twice.
Monka.
Yeah. Then I think I'll activate the effect of Purple Nightfall here. Yeah. If that is okay.
I don't think this will matter, but I'll imperm Nightfall.
For the rest of this turn. Okay. Oh.
None of this
Oh,
stuff matters. I just wanted to show that you were indeed right with it being an imperm. I'm just so sad because if I remembered last turn to actually read my cards, like Palace also, the final effect of Palace is that instead of like you having to send stuff from your hand, you can instead do it from the deck. Because I could have just gone with Aina, I could have done the thingy-majingy with it, I could have pitched a card with it, I would have been able to link summon, and then I would have had exactly 5 lights in my grave to nuclear field with Phosphorage. But I couldn't, unfortunately, read.
I see. Okay.
But yeah,
That's
I have a couple of things that I definitely need to do here, so I will pause the recording for just a little bit. Alright, and let's see if this time I can read my cards. The thing that makes me the most mad is that I had the one Elementsaber that actually like can't shift its form in the grave, but I still had enough to like exactly 5 to actually make Phosphorage work, which is what makes me the most sad. I mean, we will start with Palace off and the Elemental Lords.
Yep.
And I would like to use the effects. Don't do it.
It's a hard decision, I'm gonna be honest. Once per turn, if an Elementsaber in your hand or field would be send cards from the hand to the graveyard.
I will say that this and the fire one who foolishes stuff, like those are the only 2 things that like you should dash in this deck.
Oh wait, this is replacement effect. I can't negate that part. That's true. Because that's interesting because it replaces the send from hand effect with a send to the graveyard from deck, but the problem is that you can't negate this. It's just replacing it. So I
I do think that ashing like Palace Ad is the best thing that you can do against this deck.
I was mostly wondering because like well, you can't kill me here. Right?
Yeah,
I was thinking about that, but if you can easily set up your shit with this, it's better if I do this.
I mean, luckily I do have a pretty good line into Lapu Ilamana, who will now be untargetable and unable to be destroyed by any effects. So you can still beat over it with battle, but the issue here is just that, you know, I do have a just big dumb beater on the board, but I do also have just 1 card in my hand, but that'll be all she wrote. So he's 2,800 right now.
By main. This sucks. Normal summon Ibli.
Ah, fuck.
It's not.
Oh wait, never mind. It's just okay. Yeah. I mean,
it's not.
Mermaid is still
horror,
scary, but it's not. You know.
It's not fucking a harp horror, man. What do you mean?
This era of cards, you know, any normal summon is terrifying.
Mermaid, then activate effect of Mermaid to discard a card from my hand to summon a Knightmare monster from my deck. Can summon it anywhere. I summon out Ibli.
I will ash the Mermaid.
Okay. That is okay. Well, that is unfortunate.
I feel like comfortable of doing this since you committed your normal, but
I mean, I can't do anything if
yeah,
it's just how it is.
All right, now
and this, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly why hand trap. Like this is the kind of play that hand traps were shitting on until they started making resilience, like built-in resilience in decks.
Yep.
And that's like okay, that's great.
Attempt to activate Palace of the Elemental Lords.
I would like to negate the effect.
I'm going to fucking kill myself. I was like, there's no. Fuck.
Saber,
no!
Saber, we're
oh, hell no. Okay.
Oh, we got speed.
Okay.
We got speed.
Alright, 30 seconds per turn. 30 seconds per turn.
400. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it really loses 1,000. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. Okay.
Actually, no, it's
it's
800 because
800
of
for
the
memorial?
palace. Yeah, so 4 more.
Well,
Okay, but yeah.
special summon Blue Sky. Add hand.
Blue sky is fine, no negations.
Okay, add hand. I'm adding to my hand a Nightmare card. I would like to add to my hand a Nightmare Corruptor Ibli. I would like to normal summon Nightmare Corruptor Ibli to special summon from a graveyard Nightmare Mermaid and have its effects negated. Is this okay?
Wait, but how
So
are you
that it
adding
points
a
at this card. Oh, I
Nightmare card?
can.
Mekk-Knight, blue sky only adds Mekk-Knight.
Oh, dude, I forgot this card.
I was-
is not. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Uh,
You just always add Purple Nightfall with this.
I mean, yeah, but I can't do shit with Purple Nightfall right now.
You can protect yourself. Yeah, that's true.
No, but I can't summon it.
Yeah, right now, yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. I can't do shit with it right now, which is why I would like to have something that I can do so I can have a proactive play.
Yeah, unfortunately, with
don't
Mekk-Knight-
distract me, bro! Don't distract me!
10 seconds, 9.
10 seconds! Fuck. I'm
11,
just gonna add to my
6,
hand a
5,
Purple Nightfall, and I would like to special
4,
summon
3,
nothing. I would like to,
2,
add this guy, your
Alright,
turn.
no,
Go,
your
go,
turn
buddy, go, buddy,
to
go,
start
go, go, go,
counting.
go, go. Yeah, 1.
I would like to
2,
use the effect
3,
of Elemental Lords.
4.
You don't have
5,
anything for this, so I know.
6,
So I will
7,
grab
8,
this. I will then
9.
normal summon it. I will pitch from my deck a Makani, and then I will battle phase for 1000.
1000,
And
yeah,
for
and then
this is 600 more, 1500.
1500, yeah.
And I will
that's
not
okay.
have my next battle phase.
Standby main. I would
One.
like to special summon from my hand Mekk-Knight Purple Nightfall, and
Yep.
I would like to activate the effect of Infinite Impermanence, targeting Elemensaber Aina to negate the effect of Lapula Mana. Now it can't be destroyed by a battle and targeted by card effects.
But
How about that?
target one phase of monster your opponent controls, but it can't be targeted.
Oh, it's all spell traps. Oh, is it all of them?
Yeah, so it is literally just cards.
No, apply the following effect
You
to the
control depending
original-
on the original attributes. Your opponent cannot target it with card effects, because I used the light
Oh.
and currently the. But I don't know where you got they can't be destroyed. You can just beat over it, man. It's
No, but I
when
can't
Lapuila
beat over
Mana was summoned. You can never get all 3 of these.
No, I mean, like, I can't swing over this thing no matter what I do. It's too big.
Aina is 15. It's 200.
No,
per-
I was trying to find ways to negate the thing's effect so that I can destroy it with card effects.
I see. Or so. Wait,
But I
never
even
mind.
realized that it's just spell traps and not monster effects at the same column.
Also, I miscounted. So there was also Ash. So take 200 more from both of my swings last turn. So that means this is 1700. Yeah. So I will take 800.
Yeah. Then I set 1 and I pass.
Also, wait. I was supposed to fucking summon a card of Aina. I literally pitched a card, but I didn't do it, which
Yeah.
is literally a mandatory effect. So
That's
get back your fucking.
it'll be easier if we just.
You
do
know
this.
what? I think that's true.
It'll be faster to just fucking do this.
You know what? I have an immense respect for people who play speed chess.
Yep. Same. Same.
I don't give a shit. This is fine.
I have a card that I want to change, so I'm
Go
gonna-
for
I'm
it.
gonna change these two, and there we go. Yeah. Now, this is a problem, but I'm gonna go second. Just gonna go second.
Oh yeah. How long is until the server reboot?
30 seconds.
Oh fuck. Activate Palace of fuck.
Oh
faces.
wait. Screenshot your hand.
Oh, good idea. Damn, you're smart. Okay, Palace of
Sometimes.
Elemental Lords, activate the effect.
Ash Blossom.
You need to be killed in a drive-by. You know what? Hopefully the thunder strikes your house and kills you.
Oh man, bro didn't draw called by to negate the Ash Blossom.
Anyways, let me boot up Photoshop real quick, and I'll send you a picture that my hand indeed actually had Called by the Grave, but I didn't have time to. Oh yeah, the server is
Oh shit! Check back soon. Okay.
Now, how long you reckon this is gonna take?
Enough for us both to go take a shit. That's not exactly the most reliable measure of time, but I assure you,
I
it will be
honestly,
enough.
honestly,
Are we making this first ever draw in Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey history?
let me
Catching.
find one thing. Hold.
Hold.
I need to find a. I need to find a video. Okay, there we go. There we go. I found the video. Screen sharing.
Mambo.
I'm screen sharing.
I want to read Mambo.
All right.
Yeah.
This is me right now.
As well?
Is this you? That's what I'm asking here. Will you accept the handshake?
Bro is like, yeah, I'm the guy that is four up against you. Hmm? Will you accept the handshake?
Wait, he's Norwegian. I thought he was
Yeah,
Swedish.
he's Norwegian.
I thought he was Swedish.
Oh, no. It's a good thing that he's not Swedish, otherwise I wouldn't be able to respect him.
Anyways,
Anyways, I accept the handshake. I accept the proverbial handshake.
Yippee!
Yippee! This is 2-2 for the first time ever.
Alright guys, this is us right now, because we have no idea when the server is gonna come up, and Jeexx is in a fucking thunderstorm, so we are playing Mekk-Knight Knightmare against fucking Elementsabers. You've seen everything there is to be seen.
Dude, like the fact that the play that I was thinking, okay, I summon Blue Sky, I add a Blee. That's like, okay, yeah, that's like that's an actual play. If you did that would be a real play. But Mekk-Knights can't do that because it's a fucking nightmare, not a Mekk-Knight. If it was a Mekk-Nightmare, that would actually be sick.
Yeah, I mean, if you pay attention to the lore, like, the Nightmares are the evil and Mekk-Knights are the good guys, so there's no way they would be, you know, shaking hands deeply.
I mean, they do donks, that's like...
Anyways, use this time that you could... you would have had to watch the third game to instead go watch the Word Legacy lore by Crush Cards. Okay?
Base.
You do that. I once again thumbs up the camera.
Thumbs up the camera.
Man.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
Man. But yeah,
I do this often.
we're this was such a scuffed episode, but
this is so good. This is so much better than last week's episode, which you did definitely not record like
that is
an hour ago.
true. Like, we definitely didn't just record that. Yep. Yep. The
No.
quality of these episodes has been great. Well,
The vibes are immaculate.
the vibes have been good though. Like, if we're honestly, if we're comparing this to the end of the Arc V vibes that we had at that one point, like, honestly, I think we're doing fine. But yeah, if everything goes smoothly, you guys shouldn't feel any delay in episodes, and you should have an episode going up every single week. If I've counted my days correctly, because you're coming back the end of August, right?
25th, yeah.
Yeah, because this episode should be going up on what? The like 28, basically the end of August. So we should be good around that time. So regardless, like, y'all should be good on episodes if I can do math, which honestly counting to 4 is pretty hard. So please, if I make a mistake, bear with me.
Teacher Bono.
But
Gym player, by the way.
we're gonna be then, you know, nothing should change for y'all, but for us it's gonna be basically a month break of Yu-Gi-Oh! So hopefully when we come back it's gonna be less scuffed. But
what is the next set?
I would tell you, but the server is dead, so
Shit. I just also closed my Firefox.
yeah, I'll let you know when the server comes back up
Check.
sometime later today, because oh wait, it was something Saviors. What's the name of the set? Dark Saviors. If there's a set called Dark Saviors that came out in 2018, it's definitely that.
I think so, yeah. Let me double check.
Actually, I can just look too, but I'm pretty sure it was Dark Saviors. 2018 Dark Savior. Okay, yeah, it was definitely that, because I do remember it was something Saviors like right after this, and 2018 like after Flames of Destruction is Dark Saviors. So Dark Saviors is the next set.
Okay. Hell.
But yeah,
That's the vampire set, if I remember correctly.
Would make sense given.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool. Can't wait to play Vampire Survivors on my other monitor while we play this set.
Oh my god, and then I'll find a VTuber set in the set itself and play
Wait. No. It's Sky Strikers. It's the fucking end times.
I don't know how
I guess we know what we're playing in a month, guys.
I don't think I'm interested in playing Sky Strike. I'll be real with you.
I'm very excited to play Power Spell Sky Striker, guys. It's gonna be so cool.
Then I activate Engage, then I activate Engage, I activate Engage.
No. You activate Engage, then you activate drones, and then you summon the thing, then you make the thing, and then you add the Engage, and you activate Engage, and then you do the thingy, and then you add another one. Now Engage draws cards, and then I activate Engage again. Gun to my fucking head.
Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go play some World of Warcraft.
I'm gonna go take a shit.
Jeexx gonna go take a shit and maybe never return, because the thunder might strike his house as that's happening, and then we will never hear from him.
Have you seen that fucking image of the bathroom where the lightning strike like went through an entire apartment complex and just fucking struck one specific toilet? It's completely blasted, and it's like the vent on top of it is completely blasted as well. It's so fucking stupid.
That's pretty funny. I mean, it probably wasn't funny for the guy whose bathroom got
it probably didn't happen. It was...
But no. There wouldn't be any lies on the internet, right? Like, the government is taking care of us, so they're definitely now there aren't gonna be any lies on that. We're not gonna get into this again.
True. I don't have time. I literally need to go expunge some shit.
Yeah, Jeexx is gonna go expunge some shit. If you have time, even after watching the Crash Course video, call Visa or MasterCard and make their life hell, so they realize that they fucked up. So you should do that. But thank you for watching, and holy crap, live.
I just shared it from Reddit.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But yeah, like, thank you for watching. Sorry for the scuff. And like I said, if something comes up and you all aren't getting the weeklies, then I'll let you know in the post. But yeah, just know that Nightmares will be on the generic table going forward. And we will see you next time in Dark Saviors. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching, and peace.